What's good, y'all? What's good, Real Talk Squad? This is Miles, and you're listening to Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where you know I always keep it real. Let's get right into it, man. How about them Cowboys? How about them? Hey, look, we was in the NFC Championship. We were waiting for y'all. Y'all did not live up to your end of the bargain. We were waiting for y'all. I wanted the Cowboys. We wanted y'all. But y'all did not live up to the bargain. Come on now. We wanted to face y'all full strength. Dak in there. CeeDee Lamb. Zeke. Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence. We wanted everybody. Now, granted, Tony Pollard did break his leg. Praise up to him. But we wanted to face a fully healthy Cowboys team and then beat them on the way to a Super Bowl. That would have been my present, my late Christmas present as the Eagles fan, to go to the Super Bowl and at the same time knocking out the Cowboys on our way to do so. But the 49ers ended up doing that before we could do it. So I'm first going to, give my analysis of the 49ers and Cowboys game. And then I'm going to relate that to why I believe the Eagles will beat the 49ers come next week. First off, the 49ers beat the Cowboys 19-12. And let's just keep it a stack, bro. Let's just keep it a stack. Dak Prescott lost the Cowboys that game. If you have a top 3 QB, a top 5 QB, an elite quarterback in that game, they are getting that win. In that game, they are battling through adversity, and they are getting that W. Dak Prescott, it wasn't like you're in a game where your defense is letting up 30-plus points in the high 20s, and you have to be in like a shootout to compete. Your defense did their job. The Cowboys defense did their job. If you came in before the game and Dak Prescott knew, heck, we are going to limit the 49ers with George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, all these weapons they have, to less than 20 points, I like our chances to win this game. And you only put up 12 points. I know Tony Pollard was out. But if you're that guy making $40 million a year, it is on you to deliver this W. You still have a great offensive line. You still have CeeDee Lamb with a dislocated finger during the game. He was still making unbelievable catches. You still have Ezekiel Elliott. And you just did not get it done. I would bet on a healthy Mahomes, a Joe Burrow, a Jalen Hurts to take me there in that game. And Dak Prescott could not take the Cowboys there. So when you talk about what Dak does not do well, it's the turnovers. This is what separates him from being great, from being elite. Because you can always count on Dak Prescott to throw the game away. What happened? Dak Prescott, who is an experienced QB, he's the one that gets picked off twice. And the guy in Brock Purdy, who's Mr. Irrelevant, again, has a game where he doesn't turn the ball over. That's what separates good quarterbacks from the great ones. That's what separates guys like Matt Ryan, guys like Derek Carr, guys like Daniel Jones, guys like Carson Wentz, Taylor Heineke. I mean, Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, like, these guys give up the rock. Those great quarterbacks do not give up the ball. They don't do it. They don't do it. So that was the telltale, was the turnover battle. Because from the first interception, the 49ers got a field goal out of it. On the second interception, the 49ers got another field goal out of it. So if you eliminate those 2 interceptions, that's 6 points off the board. Then it would be 13-12. And I mean, heck, I will say what was not in Dak's, control was how bad their, kicker is, because that also inhibited them from, getting some points on the board as well. How you miss an extra point? That's some Cowboys stuff, to miss an extra point in the game, in the game of y'all lives, right? But Dak Prescott showed just why it's levels to this. It's the elite quarterbacks. It's the great quarterbacks. It's the good quarterbacks. It's the average quarterbacks. It's the bad quarterbacks. Dak Prescott is in that. He's good. He ain't great. He ain't average. He's good. He's the type of guy where everything around him has to be perfect. He has to have a great O-line. He has to have great running backs. He has to have a great wide receiving core. He has to have a great defense. And that will get you, 12, maybe 13 wins. But that still won't get you to a Super Bowl. And that's the problem I have with Dak Prescott. Everything can be right. You can have the best running back duo. You can have one of the best offensive lines of football. You can have one of, if not the best defense in football. You can have everything around you to make you great, and you still cannot get that done. You still can't get this team over the hump. You have guys like Joe Burrow, like Patrick Mahomes, that, guess what? Things cannot be going well, and they're still going to get you over the hump. Heck, Matthew Stafford, everything went well for the Rams, and he got that done. It's not just so easy to where you have a great team around you and you can win a Super Bowl. That's what the great quarterbacks do. But Dak Prescott, he'll get you 13 wins, 12 wins with a great roster. But is he going to elevate his play to match a great quarterback? Is he going to elevate his play to get you, at the very least, to a NFC championship? No. So, yes, Dak was overpaid, and Jerry Jones knows this. He knows this. Look, he's a great guy, Dak, but he's simply not somebody that's going to take you over the hump. Now, when you talk about in relation to the Philadelphia Eagles, the Cowboys and 49ers game just gave me more hope, more belief that the Eagles will beat the 49ers. Number one reason, Jalen Hurts does not turn the ball over. If Dak Prescott did not throw those 2 picks, we could be seeing the Cowboys in the NFC Championship, right? But with those 2 picks, the 49ers were able to get 6 points on the board and end up winning the game. I can bet on a guy in Jalen Hurts who's had 5 interceptions the entire year. I can bet on him to take care of the football. I can bet on the Eagles defense with a secondary of Bradbury, of Slay, of that defensive line with Cox, with Hassan Reddick, with Josh Sweat, with Brandon Graham, with, a guy in Jordan Davis. I know he's banged up. You got a great defense. And with the offense as well, it's right up there, if not the best offensive line in football. And then you have playmakers in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and a running back trio of Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Kenneth Gainwell, right? So look at the totality of it. The difference in the 49ers and Cowboys game was the turnovers that Dak made. And I believe that Jalen Hurts will not make that mistake. And in fact, he will elevate his game for the occasion rather than, just not being that guy that his team needs. I expect Jalen Hurts that when the chips are on the line, that he will get it done. But I honestly feel like it's not going to come down to a last possession. It's not going to come down to the last seconds, because I believe if and when Hurts takes care of the football, and when this defense that continues to put pressure on the quarterback, and with a secondary that is second to none in terms of covering wide receivers, sticking right with them, I can bet you that this Eagles team will limit the 49ers to less than 25 points. With them limiting the Eagles, or with the Eagles limiting the 49ers to less than 25 points, I expect the Eagles to put up more than 25 points. I believe that, because we can, seeing the way that Lane Johnson was moving, look, we're going to end up doubling Nick Bosa. And that's the only guy that strikes real fear in me. And you have a guy in Jalen Hurts, he's going to evade, he's going to run from pressure. And when you have that dynamic offense, when y'all can not only pass each game for over 250, 300 yards, you can also run for 250, 300 yards. So if and when the Eagles jump out to a big lead, they're going to be able to sustain that lead. Look, same way how the Eagles, they had a 28-point lead coming into halftime. I mean, same thing happened to the Chargers. But the difference with the Eagles was they were able to run the clock, manage time, and secure that W. The Chargers, they kept throwing it because they don't have a solidified run game that they can hark back to when things aren't going well. The Eagles, they had that. And in fact, they used their running game for their success even when they don't need to necessarily. So I feel like this Eagles team is in prime position to get to a Super Bowl. I don't want you to be surprised once Jalen Hurts and company do this. But Dak Prescott, he lost the Cowboys that game. Best believe Jalen Hurts will not lose the Eagles a game. He hasn't done it all season, and I don't expect him to do it when the lights are the brightest. And the Eagles team, from top to bottom, whether it's defense, whether it's their defensive line, whether it's their secondary, whether it's offensively, their running backs, their wide receivers, their offensive line, their team top to bottom will not lose them the game. I bet you that. And heck, if we got Avonte Maddox coming back in, oh, it's going to be a wrap. It's really going to be a wrap. But when the 49ers play the Eagles, the way that the 49ers can win, or if they end up winning, the way that they win is if Brock Purdy goes ahead and wins them the game. Like, he flat out does some special, has some special moments, and he wins the 49ers the game. Again, I don't expect a rookie to go ahead and win a game in Lincoln Financial Field. I don't expect that, and I'll be damned if on the other side of the ball, Jalen Hurts loses a game on Lincoln Financial Field. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your prediction for the game. We're going to have some other videos coming out. With that being said, y'all, I'm out.